Burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, but it doesn't necessarily stay there.
The ocean probably is holding 25 or 30% of the total human-emitted carbon dioxide.
That's Burke Hales, a professor in the College of Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Sciences at Oregon State. And the amount of carbon dioxide absorbed by the ocean over the last 150 years or so is staggering.
Over the history of the Industrial Revolution, going back to the late 1800s, we think the oceans have absorbed almost 200 billion tons of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide.
All that carbon can have a profound effect on the chemistry of the ocean. As carbon goes up, pH goes down, making the ocean more acidic and depleting it of carbonate ion, one of the building blocks that animals like plankton, mussels, and oysters need to grow. Oregon State Assistant Professor Jennifer Fehrenbacher explains.
Organisms are going to have a harder time building their shells in the ocean as CO2 in the ocean is absorbed from the atmosphere.
And that could have big impacts, both in the water and on land.
It affects a huge swath of really critical keystone species in the ocean ecosystem.
Fehrenbacher and Hales both recently received federal grants to study how we can stem some of the changes happening off our coast. And they're each taking different approaches. Hales said there are existing ways to decrease the acidity of seawater, but most of them create more carbon dioxide in the process. So he's experimenting with a way to use an electrolytic process to decrease the acidity of seawater using only renewable energy.
So what we're talking about now is how do we do this in a way that is truly clean, right? Truly carbon effective.
For her part, Fehrenbacher is studying how the changing chemistry and temperature of the ocean is affecting some of its tiniest inhabitants, creatures called foraminifera, which play an important role in both the food web and the carbon cycle.
We're going to see how it affects their growth and quantify it and forward model what will happen in a future warmer world.
Now, both of these studies are in their early stages.
We're already in for having some regional change anyway, and so understanding what's going to happen here, I think, is one of the first steps.
But Hales said that with the ocean's chemistry already showing signs of stress, there's no time to waste.
If someone had been doing what we're doing now 50 years ago, things would be different today. And so 50 years from now, people are going to be happy that we did this in the present.
Cale Williams, KGW News.